The big game is fast approaching, but wait, you still haven't got your tickets. You've spent hours searching, but you're still confused about ticket prices. Time to stop searching. Visit ticketcompare.com. We compare ticket prices for all the popular leagues and tournaments for you. We work only with the most trustworthy sites, so you can have peace of mind when buying your tickets. Compare prices, buy tickets, get to the game. Ticketcompare.com. Buying tickets made simple.
Can't use it. Can't use it, Robert.
Sorry, guys.
Jeremy, do you want to kick us off? Thank you.
Yeah, hi David.
Hi there.
You've been saying that Andy Carroll's been back in training.
Yeah.
Is he going to be ready for the bench, do you think, on Monday night?
Well, he's back in training, so we got him back at the start of the week, and we'll keep monitoring him. He's trained a few days, so we'll see how he is. He's not played for 11 weeks, and I've got that in my mind as well.
I mean, as you say, he's been out since January. He must be champing a bit, isn't he, at the moment?
Yeah, but we've got other people who are out. We've got Manuel Lanzini, we've got James Collins, who've only been out for 4 or 5 weeks. So, but when we get Andy back, it's a big plus to us. We know that. We know how good he can be and what he can give us. So, the quicker we get him back, the better. Is he going to be ready? I'm not sure yet.
And you mentioned Lanzini and Collins. What about them for Monday?
Yeah, they've both done some training today. I'm not sure how they're going to be. I'm hoping that I've got a good chance of having them available for the game on Monday.
Looking at the table before this game, 6 points clear, 6 games left. A win would make you safe. Do you think that's the scenario?
I think that to get 40 points is probably the biggest thing, and we can't get 40 points at the moment. I think 40 points would, I wouldn't say it would guarantee it, because there's years gone by where it's not done it, but I think getting it in the main normally keeps you up. So I'm keeping my target high. I'm hoping to win 10 games. At the moment, I think we've won 8 games in the Premier League. If we can win 10, I think then we'd just about get our points tally up now.
It is a massive game before you play Southampton, Huddersfield, Palace and Swansea, all directly below you at home on Saturday.
Yeah.
Were they to win or maybe get results, the ante could be up considerably. Are you aware of that?
Yeah, it could be. But I was always also really aware of us taking a great point at Chelsea and 3 points against Southampton in the last game as well. So that meant that, we done a lot of our business early. We've got some good points in. It's not enough, but I have to say the performance and the way the players have been in the last 2 games has given us a real lift. And since we come back from our trip, we've picked up some really good points.
As you say, 4 points from the last 6. You're right in business at the right time of the season, aren't you?
Well, if we can keep the form going, my ideal situation would be to go unbeaten between now and the end of the season. I don't see any reason why we shouldn't aim for that and try and get there. If we do, I would see that getting us enough points to stay up as well. So the big thing is to make sure we get the points. It's a big game against Stoke, and it's a big game for them as well.
Is it a similar game to the Southampton 6 points you had a few weeks ago, where you really turned up and turned on the start?
I think it's a similar game because of what it means to both clubs. But I do think that if we can turn in a similar performance and the crowd give us the levels what they gave us in that game, then we'll give ourselves every chance of winning the game.
Chicharito came off the bench and scored at Chelsea. Some West Ham fans wondering about a place back in the starting lineup, but when he was in with Donatovic at Swansea, he didn't get the results. So what are your thoughts?
Yeah, but it's great that we've got competition. It's not something which we've had an awful lot of. So to have competition for places, to have options and choices. Yeah, you're right. We've played them in games together where it's not been so good, and we've played it in games together where they have been good. So we'll make our decision. We'll decide if we think this is a game for both of them or for one of them.
And the 3-0 win at Stoke back in December. What are your memories of that one? How did West Ham that day?
Well, a really good win away from home. Stoke were one of our competitors at that time of the season as well, and we went there and we got a good result in the end. But Stoke have always been a threat. They've always had good players and a good club. So we'll certainly be fully focused in the game and respect them, because they're coming with something very important for them as well.
Fair to say that Marco's looking forward to playing his old club again.
I don't really care whether he's looking forward to it or not. I'm just more interested that Marco keeps doing the business what he's doing. You know, it wouldn't matter if it was Stoke or whether it was somebody else. As long as he keeps doing the business and playing as well as he's doing, then that's all we can be interested in. But if he can do it against them, great.
Just finally, word, David, about VAR. It's been discussed by the Premier League chairman, I think, today, and people in the Premier League. What are your thoughts about VAR being introduced?
I've not really been involved in any of the VAR games, and I've not really seen it in action. So at this moment in time, I'm not sure. I think probably like everybody, I think we're not exactly sure what's coming. I don't think we're totally sure, what would be clear and obvious. So my answer's a little bit sitting in the fence. I'd like to know more about it. I'd like to see how it's going to work. I think we've got a great game. That's why everybody in the world watches our game. We've got to watch we don't play around with it too much. We are trying to help the referees, and we'll do everything we can to give them help. But I think we just need to make sure that we get it right before we introduce anything.
Thanks.
Danny?
David, does Monday night's game become more important because of the 5 teams you play afterwards who are on paper quite tough opponents?
I think obviously it does. I think all the teams will be looking that way. But I look back at our games against Chelsea, Arsenal, certainly Man City in my time what I've been here, and I think we played some of our best stuff, and we got points from those games. So if I don't win against Stoke, I'll go into those games with that mindset, and I think the points recently have helped us. But I know that if we can beat Stoke, then we'll give ourselves a real chance of finishing in a good position come the end of the season.
After Masuaku has come back from his suspension, he's been excellent this season. How important is he now that he's back in the team?
Well, we've no doubt we've missed him when he was out, and when you think of the people, we lost Pedro Obiang and Arthur against Wigan in the FA Cup in January, and we've not had Pedro back. We've only just got Arthur back a couple of games. I thought he'd done very well in his first game back against Southampton. I thought in his last game against Chelsea I was hoping for much more from him, but I wonder if it was just a little bit of getting back and then you drop down, the adrenaline gets you through the first game. So I've got to say I'm hoping for a better performance than he gave me at Chelsea, but something more like what he did against Southampton.
You touched on Marko Arnautovic a bit earlier. How good is he when he's playing like this?
He's very good when he's playing like this, and he's very good to work with when he's playing like this. And I've got to say I hope that continues, because he's been really important to the team. I think without him, it could be very different. But that's football, and that's why the club paid 20 million. It was a great signing by the club, and they saw the potential in him and what he can do. And I've got to say Marco himself has stepped up to the plate. And I think when you do that, then you have to keep your standards up, because everybody's watching you, and you have to keep your standards up, and the team are looking for you to have a big impact in every game.
And the fact that you are playing last of the sort of the bottom teams this weekend, does that affect your approach to Monday?
No, it doesn't, because it could work in either way. I mean, I think us picking up good points in recent weeks has given us a chance to sit back, see how the scores go. I think there's a few teams who've got to try and catch us. If the results go our way, then it'll make it a lot easier. If the results go against us, then we're obviously then going to make sure that we have to, as we are anyway, pick up 3 points. But if we can, ideally we want to try and climb the table. I think we've got games at home which we can win. I think playing at the London Stadium gives us a chance. The supporters give us a chance. So I'll be hoping not just to win this one, but to win others as well.
And how will you spend your weekend? Will you watch the results coming in?
I will. We'll be training, but I'll watch the results. I'll switch them off when I don't like them. But we'll watch them. Depending, I'm not sure yet if I'll try and take in a game, but I'll certainly be preparing for the most important thing, which is our game on Monday. Thank you.
Mark.
Hi David.
Hi Dave.
Yourself, Mark Noble, the joint chairman, all called for unity and togetherness before your last home match, and it really paid off for you. The crowd were almost the 12th man against Southampton. I guess going into your next home match, you're reiterating that call against the fans.
Yeah, I wouldn't think they would do anything else. I think they've sensed it as well, and we've sensed it from them. And because of that, I think we're on the right road. I thought the support against West Ham was fantastic. I thought the way they tributed Ray Wilkins I thought they'd done the club proud. I've got no doubts they'll do the club proud on Monday night. On my first evening game here was against Leicester City. It was my first game, and also it was in the Friday evening. I thought it was a brilliant atmosphere, so let's hope for more of it, and if the players produce the form they did in the last game, then it'll give the supporters something to shout about as well.
How many of your remaining 6 games do you think you need to win? Would one victory be enough, do you think?
Well, I've always said that 40 points has to be the minimum target, because over the years it's sort of been the figure safe. Who knows, it could be much less, it could be more possibly if the other teams went on a run. But sometimes it's difficult when you think teams are going to win so many games when they've not done it for the rest of the season. Why would it suddenly change? It doesn't always happen. So all we can do is do our work. I've got to say we've done our work in the last couple of weeks. We've picked up 4 points in the last 2 games, which has been a good return.
Tom Kenny was spotted watching West Ham against Chelsea at Stamford Bridge. He's been linked with them move this summer. Is that something we've seen?
Maybe it was Chelsea. He was there because of Chelsea. So people put it 2 and 2, think it was West Ham. I don't know. I've no idea. I go to a lot of games, and every game I go to isn't because I'm watching players. It's sometimes because I'm watching football. I'm sure he was going there to see a good Premiership game. And no. And if I was, I wouldn't say anyway.
Just finally then, on transfers in general, with the club in the position that they're in, does that make planning for the summer and next season a little harder, not knowing your status?
Of course, it really does, because I think when you know your status, you can start to make your plans much sooner and get your things in place. But if that's what I'm saying at West Ham, it'll be the same for quite a lot of clubs. There might be another 7 or 8 clubs in the Premier League doing the same thing, where making their plans are very difficult. Because you don't know if you're looking to sign players for the Premiership, or maybe you'll be losing players who might leave. So,
do you just have a plan A and a plan
B? No, I don't have a plan A and a plan B. I have a plan A.
Cheers, mate.
Thanks.
Cameras off, please.
Yeah.